Welcome everyone to this presentation called Professional CV Packaging Strategy. The purpose of this presentation is to promote and market your career for a successful job interview. Excuse me. My name is Isaac. I'm going to give you a background topics on what I am going to be presenting in this video. South Africa's job creation challenges, unions, their effect on the job market, careers and job opportunities, skills or qualifications versus job prospects, your CV, how you package it, does it address your needs, social media activities, and then finally all of the above, starting from item number 4, 5 and 6, your video profiling interview. Last but not least, what employment agencies are looking for and how they function. Let's start with SA job creation challenges. These are facts. What is free market enterprise systems? A free market enterprise system is any country where people can start businesses or can find employment in either government agencies or private sector or NGO. It really doesn't matter, as long as that person is not only the citizen of that country, he can also be a foreigner. They can actually participate in the economy of that country and benefit. South Africa's job creation challenges also involves labor unrest. Labor unrest creates disinvestments. South Africa's job creation challenges is also affected by overflow of foreign skills. It is a fact that foreigners have threatened local job opportunities, and the reason for that is that foreigners are not unionized, and then they come with cheap labor and they can negotiate a lower salary than the one required by the union. South African job creation challenges is also finding viable self-employment opportunities. Labor unionization, whether in government or in the private sector, is becoming a challenge. You can either opt out from labor unions and become a freelance contractor, or what is called freelancing contracting. How unions affect our job market. The private sector opportunities are stifled and probably threatened by unions. If the legislation and government policy is too tight and in favor of the unions, chances of the private sector creating job opportunities become minimal. Because the private sector have a very strong work ethic. What is work ethic? A work ethic is a disciplined environment where productivity and profit determines the needs of the customer. Now, in the private sector, profit is driven by customer service and customer satisfaction. If you go to a website called Hello Peter, you can be able to find out how customers respond both to negative and positive feedback from their customers. Secondly, the job market has a challenge of scarcity of unique skills. meaning some of these scarce skills have to be imported from overseas, like engineering skills, IT skills, very sophisticated IT skills, industrial mining skills, and so on. However, union can also affect government policy or effect change in government policy. But at the end of the day, those policies can affect opportunities in the job market, depending on whether the government policy is in favor of high productivity and high output, which obviously increases GDP, or the current tripartite alliance between government, the Communist Party, and the unions is making a little bit, it has a murky painting of what government policy is all about, and this kills private sector investment confidence. However, one of the biggest challenges in government job opportunities is corruption. A typical example is SACTU in the education sector selling jobs to unqualified teachers. One of the other bone of contentions is complacency or lack of accountability and responsibility in government departments. What is rife is nepotism. We all know about it. It has been reported in newspapers as well as television. Whether or not career opportunities are available in government, even if you see those job opportunities advertised in the newspaper, very few candidates are able to access and find those jobs in those institutions. So it means you need to have plan B. But there is an overview of the employment by occupation stats which was compiled by Statistics South Africa. This table C gives an overview of employment by occupation. If you look at the first column, it explains the positions or occupations. It doesn't actually differentiate whether it is in the private or government sector, or parastatals or non-profit making organization, but it does mention managers, professionals, technicians, clerks, sales, skills, crafts, and plant machine operators, elementary, domestic, and so on. But if you look at row number 3, which is a technician, from 2013 October-December period, there was 1,637,000 occupations that existed, and in December 2014 there was a decline from 1,637 to 1,467. So in percentage interpretation, there was a minus 6.5% in decline. Now, if you look at the sales and services sector, in the same period, there was from October to December 2013, the employment by occupation was 2.2 thousand, and then to the period of October to December 2014, it increased by a third, which is 2,448. In percentage terms, it increased by 6.6%. So if you were to compare the two industries, it means the service as well as the sales industry has actually doubled compared to the technical. Then there is another information provided by the same institution, unemployment by province. I was unable to find the latest statistics for 2016 because obviously these stats are compiled based on previous years, but this is good enough to give us an overview of the activity of the industry. As we all know, Gauteng is actually the hub of economic activity. It absorbs a lot of jobs, as well as it is more industrialized than other provinces. If you look at the percentage points of official unemployment rate in 2013 from October, you have 2.5%. Compared to 2014 December, you've got 2.6. So it means there was a decline in employment. In year-to-year end, you have something like 0.06%. It went down. Unemployment actually declined by 0.6%. Not a very big improvement. And then there's the same information about labor force by population, the stats for labor force by population. This is the characteristics by population group. So if you look at, I chose the African community as a profile for this presentation because it is the most affected. It is the largest anyway. So the black African population, representing the age group between 15 and 64 years, from December 2013, I'm not too sure whether these are thousands or millions, but I will assume these are thousands. The population labor force was 27,679 in December 2013, and in September 2014 it increased to 28,125. So quarter to quarter change, it says 149,000. So there's 149,000 the total. Okay, but I'm not going to focus on the labor force as such. The yellow area that is highlighted, I'm more interested in looking at the effects of unemployment when your learnership or internship, or if you have been employed. When that period expires, what do you do? So if you look at the unemployment numbers from 2013, it was 4,124, and then if you look at 2014, it is 4,413. This, I'm not sure how to make to interpret this, because there's a gap of 1 year between 2014 and 2006, but it's a trend that tells me something is happening. There's an activity there that is up or down. Possible careers and job opportunities. Private sector volunteering will get work exposure if you have not been involved in an internship or a learnership. You just have to make your own research. Self-employment. If you can't find a job, what are the possibilities of employing yourself, starting your own business? Because it doesn't necessarily mean everybody is employable. It means other people have more capabilities to employ themselves than to work for someone else. Informal trading. The reason why we have informal traders is because a majority of informal traders have either been retrenched at factory floor level, or they are not qualified to fit profiles of the job market sector or profile. So selling goods and services, buying and selling goods would be probably a best option. Subcontracting means setting up an enterprise as a small business, SMME, and then contracting your services or skills to multinational corporations. Home-based business, this one is a very successful model in South Africa, and a lot of professionals, these are accountants, lawyers, and consultants, especially whites, have capitalized on this, and some of them are doing very, very well. So you can take the initiative to start a home business enterprise and become a consultant. You can become a consultant in your field of expertise or your field of interest. You can also start your own backyard manufacturing business, doing manufacturing candle or soap or whatever it is that you are passionate about. And then merchandising is also buying and selling goods, either direct selling or door-to-door selling, which obviously has a great potential for you to make money. And some of these businesses or informal traders do not actually pay tax because of their income bracket in terms of the stipulation by receiver of revenue. Sales and qualifications versus job prospects, job opportunities. I will use IT industry as an example. The market needs for technical skills in the IT environment. Experience counts a lot more than just knowing or acquiring theoretical knowledge. Qualification doesn't always get you a job, but skills and hands-on experience does give you a slight edge. When you add to qualification, then you have a plus. One of the good examples is that in an interview, if an employer feels you have the potential in IT, let's say they ask you, can you fix or repair a computer? If your answer is yes, it means you have chances. Can you fix or repair cars? If you are in the motor industry and you are a qualified mechanic with the necessary qualification in that particular industry sector, then it means you have a chance if you can build an engine from scratch or repair an existing engine. If you are again in IT, you can fix and maintain sophisticated servers for different companies, IT companies, and then it means you can also manage networks. It means if your answer is yes, chances are you stand a chance to get a job. Can you upgrade or fix systems? If your answer is yes, you stand a chance to get a job. And then going again an extra mile, meaning if you are doing apps or if you are into apps or your passion is apps, and which are some of the short-term small solutions for enterprises, then it means if your answer is yes, you have an opportunity to get a job. So it means you must stretch your abilities far and wide for you to be able to compete against the multifacets individuals in different industries to find your niche job. Employment agencies would focus on soft skills priority. If they are happy with your qualifications as well as your certificates, the private sector will require certain extra abilities, like you must be highly motivated and goal orientated. These skills you cannot buy them, or you can either get them from a book or from school. If you had life skills coaches, you'd be able to understand what goals are. You must be disciplined and self-reliant. It means you must be a reliable person and possess a good work ethic, meaning you must respect time, you must respect the environment, you must respect company policies, procedures, and so on. This presentation is targeting preferably the private sector. If needs be, there are certain departments where, especially government agencies, that operate like private sector, and some of them are very good agencies. We can't leave them out. So my overall impression is that leave no stone unturned. Just be loyal to your employer, manage your time effectively, but your employer is the man who pays your bills. So focus on him, get the job done. You must be willing in the private sector to sacrifice time, to work hard and smart and work extra hours and learn more to go an extra mile. In the private sector, there are performance incentives for the job well done. You must possess a positive attitude, as well as you must be a responsible person in your community. So positive social responsibility background comes as a bonus, because it tells them that you have leadership qualities, you are able to influence an agenda, you can take initiatives and make a difference in your community. So those qualities are required in corporations, because why? That's the only way you can go up within the organization without having to worry about reaching the ceiling. So What is prevalent in this presentation is how your CV is going to be packaged. Like packaging anything, I'm surprised that most people don't take care of making sure that their CV doesn't only look brilliant, but it is convincing. It has a different, you define yourself different from your colleagues who are in the same industry or in the same field. So your education background obviously is part of the introduction, and where you come from or where you are brought up, your rural or metropolitan, obviously the employer needs to know. But more than that is your field of study, and to what extent are you willing to become an expert or a subject matter expert in that field. So whether it is in finance, manufacturing, IT, mining and retail, you have to become a niche. You have to find a niche, become the go-to guy. The first thing is your expertise and your experience. They tell a lot about the possibility for you to be employed. If you are an expert in a particular field and you've got more than 1 year experience, chances are you can get a job better than a guy who only has 1 month or 2 months experience. A good example is you can hire a truck driver with code 14 who has never driven a truck for more than 1,000 kilometers for more than 6 months, especially if it is a very expensive equipment. Obviously your investment is at risk. The same applies to the organization. Also, confidentiality of information, if you are in IT, is paramount. Security is vital. Other skills and talent only become plan B. In other words, if you are traveling from point A to point B, whether you are going to Cape Town from Johannesburg, if you don't have a spare tire, chances are if you get a puncture, you are doomed. So what other skills besides being an IT engineer or becoming an accountant or a retail merchandiser? Can you write? Can you sing? Can you act? Can you paint? Are you an artist? The reason why you have to look at these skills is because not only do they add value to your future, but they can actually make a difference between choosing a career and a talent. Things like dancing, music, playing an instrument or becoming a composer, these are actually like comedian. These are international. If you take a case study of Trevor Noah does not have a degree, but he's a comedian and the most successful one for that matter. So Trevor Noah gets paid more than the CEO of a very successful company. So at the end of the day, I don't think he made a mistake. It was a good move for him. It is a talent, not a technical skill. Volunteering and doing community work also is paramount if you want to get credibility from the HR people are more interactive with the human aspect of the business, and therefore if they know that you have done something in the community, recommendations are much higher than if you are not involved in community development. So try and get involved in community development, HIV/AIDS programs, children's feeding scheme, old age homes, teaching children how to write. This is where beauty queens are running a very tight ship and in terms of community development projects, and most of them actually win contests because they are involved in making a difference more than just being beautiful. They also have degrees. Last but not least, you must look at your social media profile or footprint. The social activity habits. What do you contribute on the social platforms? Do you gossip or empty talk, or you post good content like motivate others to make a difference on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blogger or newsfeed? So if you want to have a high Google ranking for recognition, most of the employment agencies would actually Google your name and surname to find out what is your social footprint. So if you post something on blogs, on newsfeeds with your real name, it ranks high on Google popularity ranking pages. Rather than if you don't participate, you just read and leave things, as they are, then you are not making any difference. So how many of you appears when you Google your name? Those who are the top ranks on different social media platforms get more attention than those who don't get a better rating. It means no activity, there's no social growth, therefore there's no social contact. At the end of the day, their interpretation of your activity means you are not a contributor of overall community influence. You cannot influence an agenda. If you are in retail and you are supposed to promote a product, chances are you wouldn't stand a chance. If you are in IT, your researching of how technology is used is very limited. So competition in the job market is who gets hired and why. If you were to compete with 10 people or 20 people, you are an IT engineer, or you are in HR, or you are in banking, or in retail, you'll be competing with local guys and foreigners. Now, you'll be competing with guys from Pretoria, guys from Vereeniging, Springs, Brakpan, Carltonville, Paris. It doesn't matter if it is in Gauteng. At the end of the day, everyone is targeting the same job, and everyone has the same aspiration to be hired. Everyone is praying hard to get a job. So what differentiates you from the rest of these 20 guys? And secondly, what qualities of a good candidate is required by the employer or the employment agency? What will it take for you to get that job? Then also, what price are you willing to pay to get the job? Why are you special and should be the chosen one? And lastly, why should you be the chosen one? I'm going to show you a video, an overview of the job interview. Just hold on a second, let me see if I can find it. Right, you've seen how sometimes you can oversell or undersell yourself, so we'll have a different approach from those guys. Your video profiling interview will include marketing your potential, building trust with the potential employer, to sell your skills and your ability. That's what we want to capitalize on. Make you a likable celebrity, like a TV star. Package your work profile effectively, and then emphasize your community involvement initiatives that we cannot ignore. Last but not least, make you different from the ordinary folks. In other words, you are unique and special. That's what you need to highlight. You can't just be an ordinary person. The answers to the competition in the job market is, the market is looking for what gets you hired. You must be highly motivated and a goal-driven person. What qualities of a good candidate is required? Disciplined, self-reliant, to having a good work ethic. What will it take for you to get the job? Loyalty, dedication, time management, focus and timing. What price are you willing to pay to get the job? Sacrifice time if you are willing. Work hard or smart, but also learn more, go an extra mile. What are your special qualities, or why should you be the chosen one? What makes you special? You see, those are, you have a social community responsibility project, or something above what I have mentioned here. You have to be distinct. So your video profiling will include showing them, the potential employer, your confidently, like those guys, but not arrogant. So to build trust with the potential employer, you have to, when we do the profiling, your professional dress code is paramount. A good and voice projection and your body language, you must be upright. You sell your skills and abilities. You focus on what can be done within that company. How will you make the difference? We are going to make you likable, meaning you become a celebrity in the profile. Smile, be approachable, feel successful and confident. And then packaging your web profile involves what are your SWOT analysis. And then lastly, emphasis on community initiatives if you can. What differentiates you from the rest of the ordinary folks. So Job Seekers channel is now going to be live within the next couple of months, but you can get info from my special Job Seekers channel coaching tips. You can subscribe to the link below this video. Job Seekers interview channel is free to all job seekers. Get more insider personal coaching before we close the invitation. So this is a community project for me. So if there's more frequently asked questions, or if you want to know more about how I can help you, you can click on the link below. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing for you. Without much ado, I would like to end this presentation and also to thank you for watching. I hope you will take the action to do something about your unemployment situation. Have a wonderful life. Thank you very much.